Hello and welcome to episode 18 of Prime Puzzles. In a recently concluded India Premier League, a lot of gambling was going on. In gambling, mostly fractional odds were used. If a bookie is offering odds of 20/3 on winning of a particular team, it means that for every rupees 3 that a gambler puts at stake, he earns rupees 20 in case the team wins, in addition to the original stake being returned to him. Okay. So if you put 3 at stake, if you bet 3 rupees, this is your betting amount. You end up earning 20 in case his team wins, in addition to the original stake being returned to him. So his earning overall turns out to be 23. He earns 3 rupees he puts at stake. He ends up earning 23 because he earns 20 rupees in case his team wins, in addition to the original stake being returned to him. So his overall earning turns out to be 23. This is kind of critical. If the team loses, the gambler does not earn anything and loses his stake. Okay. He does not earn anything. He gets 0, he loses his stake. On a particular day, 4 cricket matches are played. The teams involved in those matches are given below. Match 1, match 2, match 3, match 4. An upset happens when a team beats an opposition team which had a better chance of winning. Okay. A bookie does not offer good odds on teams that are expected to win. Like a team with odds 3/8 has a better chance of winning than a team with odds 8/3. Okay. So it means when I look at the first match, if you bet 5 rupees, you will get 7 back. So for RCB, you get returns of 1.4. On SRH, if you stake 2 rupees, you get 15 as extra. So on SRH, you get 8.5 as return. For every rupee bet on SRH, you get 8.5 rupees. For every rupee bet on RCB, you get 1.4 rupees. So between the two of them, RCB is considered the favorite. RCB is expected to win. When it comes to the second match, you bet 4 rupees, you get 20 rupees back plus for the initial stake. So you get 24 rupees. So for every rupee that you stake, you get 6 rupees back. For MI, for 8 rupees if you stake, you get 3 extra back. So you get 11 rupees. So for every rupee that you stake, you get 1.375 back. For Kings 11 Punjab, 5 rupees you stake, you get 1 back. So you get 1.2. Okay, in the prior match, match 2, MI is expected to win. And DD 1 rupee, you get 16 back, so 16. In this match, Kings 11 Punjab is the favorite. In RPS, what is RPS? I don't know which team it is, but okay. 13/4, so 17/4, so 4.25. For every rupee you stake, for every rupee you bet, you get 4.25 back. And for Gujarat Lions, you get 1.25 back. So in the 4 matches, the teams that are ticked are the ones that are expected to win. These are the favorites in those matches. Okay. If a person put 400 at stake on one team in each of the 4 matches, what is the maximum possible amount that he could have earned, given that only one of the 4 matches resulted in an upset? Okay. So now I have to see which match should be an upset, and in every other match, there should be normal outcomes or the expected team should win. So I see if there was an upset in match 3, can you see 1.2, return of 1.2, instead of return of 1.2, you end up getting a return of 16. So this is the match where the upset should take place. Everywhere else, normal team will win. So 1.4 return, 1.375 return, 1.25 return, and 16 return. Let me add it up. I get 2, I get 0, and I get 20. So this is the total return for 400 for each of the 4 matches. So 20 into 0.025 into 400 I have to do. Now this is 2002.5 into 4. So this basically gives me 8010. Option B. We have the first answer. This is the maximum amount he could have won. Wonderful. See, majority of this question is actually built around you getting to these numbers. Once you get to these numbers, This is the return that you're getting for every rupee that you staked. Everything else will flow smoothly. If there was no upset in any of the 4 matches and the person X put 4, 8,000, 1,200 in each match, 1 team per match in any order, and at last he earned the maximum possible amount, what is his total earning? Okay. So basically I have to line up 1,200 and 1,000 and 800 and 400 with the returns that you are getting for the favorites. Now with 1,200, I would want the highest possible return. Because it's the highest amount, I would want the highest possible return. Wonderful. With 1,000, I would want the second highest possible return. With 800, I would want the third highest possible return. And with 400, I would want the lowest return. So this gives me 1680. 14 into 12 is 13 square minus 1 square. So 168 I get from there, and then 1680 normal. This is simply 1375. 800 into 5 by 4, so 1000. 400 into 1.2 is 480. Let's add these numbers up. I get 5 here. I get 3 here. And at this time, I can go ahead and mark C because my last 2 digits I've already identified. 643, 2 carried over. So another 5 here, 1 carried over. So another 5 here, 4535. Yes, we are getting 4535. Life is simple. Okay. Let's see. Next question. A person Y had a strong feeling that MI would win, and thus he put 1,500 at stake for MI. Also, he put 1,500 at stake for one of the teams playing match 4. Match 4 is this one. Okay. What is the difference between his maximum and minimum possible earnings? This is a wonderful question because the minimum possible earning that a person can have is 0. If he loses both those matches, as in whatever bet he's made, that turns out to be false. His minimum possible earning is 0. So effectively, when they're asking me what is the difference between his maximum and minimum possible earning, what they're effectively asking is what is his maximum possible earning. He's bet for Mumbai. And let's say in the 4th match, if he's betting for one of the teams and we want a maximum possible outcome, let's say he bet for RPS. So his return would be 1.375 plus 4.25 adds up to 5.625. This much return for how much? 1,500 in both the matches. So this into 1,500. So 1,500 into 5, I get 7,500. And now I'm left with 1,500 into 5 by 8. 1,500 into 5 by 8. So 750 more gives me 50%. So I'm left with 1,500 by 8. 1,500 by 8 would be how much? Let's see, 170 is 9. No, not 9, 8. And then 60, 187.5. Of the available options, of course, this is the only one that makes sense. No, I've already reached 8250 plus 200-ish. 8250 plus 200-ish would get me to 8450, slightly less than that. The only option that makes sense is option C. Last question. If one puts an equal amount on each of the 8 teams, which results are most favorable to him if there are 2 upsets? Okay, there are 2 upsets and we want most favorable to the person who is betting. Of course, we would want upsets in those matches where the return on upset is very high. We would want DD to win and we would want SRH to win because this is where the return on upset is the highest. And then later on in the other 2 matches, we would want MI to win and Gujarat to win. DD, SRH, MI and GL, these 4 teams. Okay, RCB makes this option bad. KKR makes this option bad. SRH makes this option bad. SRH, yes. MI, yes. DD, yes. GL, yes. Option C should be the answer here. Okay. Next question now. 5 women, namely Ritu, Sunita, Tina, Uma, Varsha, work at a same multi-brand retail store in a shopping mall. Each one of them sells exactly one item from among clothing, household appliance, stationery, gadgets, and furniture, not necessarily in the given order. Each of them has a different sales value. That is the total value of goods sold by them in a day, averaged over the last month. 2 out of the 5 women are real sisters. Okay. The following information is also known. The women with the least sales value does not sell household. Okay, so this looks like a standard distribution setup. Let me go ahead and capture it. I have first thing is name. Then I have item sold. No numbers are given, no. So I have sales value rank. Sales value rank. And then finally I have whether they are sisters or not. These are the 4 parameters that have been mentioned to me. Okay. I would be better served using. Why are you not working? One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 5 people, 5 spaces. Cool. The woman with the least sales value does not sell the household appliance. Okay, I can't record it right now. The woman with the highest sales value does not sell gadgets. Okay, I cannot record it right now. Ritu sells gadgets. First piece of information that is guaranteed. Ritu sells gadgets. And her sales value is more than at least 3 of the given women. Okay. Look at this. If Ritu's sales value is more than at least 3 of the given women, her rank is at least 2. Her rank can be either 1 or 2. And the second point said the woman with the highest sales value does not sell gadgets. So her sales value rank has to be 2. This is known. Ritu is rank 2 in sales value. Done. Next, Ritu sells, this we have done. Sunita, who is not one of the real sisters, does not sell clothing items and her sales value is greater than exactly one of the sisters. Can't really record anything because nothing is mentioned here later. But can I say about Sunita, she cannot be rank 1 and she cannot be rank 5 because her sales value is greater than exactly one of the sisters. She cannot be rank 5. And because it is greater than exactly one of the sisters, the other sister will be ahead of her, one sister will be below her, one sister will be on top of her. So Sunita has to have some rank between 3 and 4. Sunita's rank has to be 3 or 4. Okay. Tina sells furniture and has sales greater than exactly one person. Okay. Tina sells furniture and her sales is greater than exactly one person, which means Tina has rank 4. Which means Tina has rank 4. Which also now means, according to statement 4, Sunita, who is not one of the real sisters, has rank 3. She cannot be rank 1. She cannot be rank 5. So her rank has to be 3. Okay. The 2 sisters do not have maximum or least sales value. Okay. I have not incorporated a lot of information so far. So let me try and do that. Sunita is not one of the real sister, does not sell clothing items. So let's say Sunita is not selling clothes. This much I know. What are the 2 people left? Uma and Varsha. So let's say Uma here, Varsha here, Uma here, Varsha here. But I don't really have information in terms of Uma and Varsha. I have although information in terms of the person who has the least sales value and maximum sales value. The woman with the least sales value does not sell household appliance. So this is not household appliance. This much we have. And I also have the 2 sisters do not have maximum or least sales value. So this is not a sister. This is not a sister. So the 2 sisters are identified to me. They're Ritu and Tina. Ritu and Tina are the 2 sisters. And they're selling gadgets and furniture. Their sales value rank is this and this. Okay. Items sold. Lots of cases here to take care of. We will get to it later. What do the two sisters sell? The sister sells gadgets and furniture. So option A. How many of the following can be uniquely identified from the given information? The item being sold by each of the women? Not really. For Sunita, Uma, Varsha, I don't really know the items that are being sold. So no. The position in terms of sales of the two sisters. Yes, I know their sales value rank. So this is known. The names of the two sisters. Yes, this is also known. Ritu and Tina. The relative positions of Ritu, Sunita and Tina. Ritu, Sunita, Tina. Yes, relative position is also known. So how many of the following can be uniquely identified from the given information? Answer is option C, 3. If Sunita sells stationery items, then we will have what appliance? Household appliance here, and we would have clothing here. If Sunita sells stationery, then here we would have household appliance and we would have stationery here. Okay. Then the woman with the maximum sales sells stationery. Household appliance will be household appliance. The person with rank 1 will be selling household appliance. Cool. If the person with the least sales value sells stationery, if stationery is here, then the person with the first rank will sell clothing. Maximum sales sells clothing, and that is the entirety of this set. This set by itself is not that challenging, but the bigger challenge that I expect people to have here is, because people don't read through the subparts, as in what every individual question asks for, they tend to get hung up in the fact that the table is not complete. We don't have complete information about names and items sold, but then that is getting very, very clear from the kind of subparts you have in the question. The fact that two questions start off with if, and one of the questions itself is how many of the following can be uniquely identified, which means there is a huge possibility that a lot of information may not necessarily be precisely available at the end. If you can get those inferences, your life will be simple. That is all for this episode. Hopefully you learned something. That will be all. Okay, bye.